Only two things are required to keep me happy. Keep my belly full and my balls empty.
I promise to smack at every chance I get. That's all I got.
I just wanted you back. I just wanted to hit back then. I ain't gonna hold you.
Are you alone? Whose fault is that? Do you sometimes graze the hand of strangers in front of you at the checkout aisle? Is that why you're no longer allowed at your local H-Mart? Consider it an honor. Marriage, a sacred institution, the joining of two families, a wedding ceremony that bankrupts the couple. I'd be crying too. Your spouse should be your ride or die, your hype man, your alibi, your silly rabbit.
His what?
His silly rabbit.
His silly rabbit?
Yes.
Is that what he calls you?
No.
The wedding vows we are going to look at today stand as a testament that not everybody takes the assignment seriously. The first video, some of you who are perpetually online, and I know that's a good chunk of my audience, some of y'all might have already seen this, and you might be thinking, it took you long enough to react to this. Listen, I've been busy building infrastructure, feeding the hungry, creating art. Prepare yourselves, because when I tell you my jaw was on the floor the first time that I saw this video.
Since the day we started talking, after falling through my bedroom window, within minutes I could tell you were the one for me.
Okay, it's starting out fine. The Titanic has set sail.
Only two things are required to keep me happy. Keep my belly full and my balls empty. Though you're amazing at half of it, we really need to get you some cooking lessons.
The way I clutched my pearls when I heard him say that joke about the only two things that are required to make me happy, that's the kind of thing your divorced uncle would post on Facebook. He only got partial custody for a reason. And to make things worse, he had to end that line with, oh, by the way, your chicken is dry.
Even when my belly isn't full, there is no one I could ever love more in this lifetime, unless I actually get a chance to meet Margot Robbie. Imagine your husband bringing up another woman in this specific kind of context in his wedding vows. My head would do a 360-degree spin, and I would gallop out of that ceremony on all fours like a rabid chihuahua. Since the beginning, I always told you I was going to make you the happiest woman in the world and give you everything I could possibly give. Well, today I'm taking a step further and giving you my last name. The last name of champions. No one deserves it more. With you and the girls by my side, I feel like I can conquer anything. Y'all make life worth living, giving every breath of every day a purpose. The contrast between his words and his tone of voice is so jarring. He sounds so uninterested, not nervous or anxious. You know, sometimes people are just not comfortable speaking publicly, but his tone of voice makes him sound bored more than anything. He sounds like he's giving a half-hearted school presentation on the Civil War. It's even better when the kids fall asleep and you tell me to come to the bedroom. Nothing's better than the sound of gagging and headboard slamming.
Michael, I am disgusted.
This gooner has no shame. The woman who reprimanded him, by the way, that's his mother. He said that in front of his mama and his two young daughters, who are, presumably in the audience. They didn't need a walkthrough on how they were conceived. If the fruit of my womb fixed his mouth to talk to the mother of his children like this, ooh, I'd be going for the neck. I'm lunging. I know, it's not the forgiving thing to do, but in the heat of the moment, ooh, I'd lunge like a puma. And he'd fold me like a lawn chair. Like I would not win in that altercation. And I don't think he'd hold back just because I was his mother, which might be preferable, because I wouldn't raise any weenies, but I'd get a few licks in.
Everyone keeps telling me that marriage is going to ruin a lot of things, but I feel that's only if you let it.
Okay, off the bat, right? He's already surrounded by people who are clearly in dysfunctional relationships, like whispering in his ear. So, already a bad sign.
Even if we fight, argue, or don't see eye to eye on something, it'll never affect the way I love you. Marriage is something I take seriously and I only want to do once. After almost 10 years, I still stand by the fact that you're my soulmate and it'll never change. After today, the only thing changing is me having to deal with the ring on my finger. You will forever have my heart, and that's a promise till death do we part. P.S. Since you're so good at making decisions like marrying me, you can choose whether tonight's going to end with being a toaster strudel or a Twinkie.
Alrighty. I'm speechless.
What are y'all laughing at?
There ain't nothing funny about this. That's thrice now that he has said something unnecessarily crude. Now, what they want to do in the privacy of their wedded bed, is that? I don't think that's an expression. Whatever it is, I don't need to know. Time and place. You're ending your wedding vows with an overused and unoriginal joke, by the way, about bodily fluids. She gave him 10 years of her life. And 2 children. This is the thanks that she gets. My goodness, I feel like smoking a cigarette and standing out on a balcony. This is having me contemplate my life choices, like Nicole Kidman, and insert HBO show here. Now, the bride has been giggling and laughing throughout this whole ordeal. I assumed that maybe she was just trying to not make things awkward. Maybe she's just used to this. Now, in response to the backlash, she made a video where she states that she found his vows funny and that, quote, she would not change a word. Now, what did her vows sound like?
My knight in shining armor, my best friend, my biggest pain in the ass. Our adventure started a little shy of 10 years ago, and in that 10 years, we have already accomplished so much together and created a beautiful life. When I met you in school, I started crushing on you, but I didn't dare let it be known because I thought you were too good for me. So I let it go. If they say if you truly love someone or something, let it go. And if it comes back to you, then it was meant to be. Now here you are standing in front of me on our wedding day. I'm more than thankful for every day with you. You have completely stolen my heart, and I honestly never want you to give it back. You are one of the most selfless, funniest, caring people I have ever met, not to mention very accident prone. We've created 2 of the most beautiful girls in this world together. We bought our first house. We've made it through the rough times and the good times. And since I have you, I know we will always make it through. Thank you for choosing me to create your life with. I know I'm no model, by far not a good cook, unless you want soggy meatloaf. And as we all know, I'm the real sleeping beauty with a temper. But thank you for loving me still, the way you do. You are literally making the fairy tale I always dreamed of come true. Well, maybe a little more funnier than I imagined. But it's still way more than I could ever ask for. I will forever want you rocking beside me when we're old, talking about our day, making jokes, recalling memories. If you could leave out the passing gas, though, I'd greatly appreciate it. I love you so much, Michael John Lentini, and I promise to choose you every day for the rest of my life and beyond that.
You notice how all the remarks that she made about him were lighthearted? Frankly, she was more self-deprecating than anything, compared to his tone, which, again, I tend to give people the benefit of the doubt. Some people are just terrible at emoting. They just always speak in a sort of monotone voice. I would have thought that, but it's that combined with what he was saying. Now, again, she defended his vows in a TikTok that she posted pretty soon after a sizable amount of criticism, which I think was warranted.
So I knew what I was getting myself into when we started dating and before we got married. It was too good for me. I will say that I said that then, before or when I met him. I say that now. I will say that to the day I die, because, like I said, you guys don't truly know him. So you don't understand why or where I'm coming from when I say that.
Again, I, nor any one of us really, know what their day-to-day interactions are like. So he might be a better partner to her than what is being presented here. That is what she claims, and honestly, I hope so. I mean, this is her husband and the father of her children, so I can understand her desire to defend him. But her revelation that he was been acting like this ever since they met back in 2009. He's been like this since the year of baby. That kind of makes it worse. If she claims to find this amusing, then ultimately it's her wedding day. But personally, I don't know how you can hear those crass remarks where all of like the sentimental stuff were just sandwiched in between very inappropriate jokes to be making in front of your family. It's not surprising that a lot of people think that this humor is actually masking a level of disrespect and contempt. Now these next 2 vows are relatively short but sweet. I feel like I'm doing a sad gang sign. There's only a finite number of things you can do with your fingers.
I promise to smack at every chance I get. That's all I got.
Is that it? Come on, Cody. Are you sure?
I didn't write nothing down.
That's what you're going out with?
That's what I'm going with.
Cool.
We've made it this long.
The fact that this minister gave him a chance to say anything else, literally something, anything you could have tacked onto this, and he swatted away that lifeline. He could have read an excerpt from One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, and it would have been more sentimental. Him saying, you know, hey, well, we've made it this long. Sadly, the translation for that is, she's willing to tolerate this, so why bother being considerate? The next clip has a similar vibe.
We built this, boo. For real, me and you. I wish I did it back then, but you know, I just wanted you back. I just wanted to hit back then. I ain't gonna hold you. I seen you. I ain't gonna hold you. You walked on the boat 2009. I saw you, little dark skin thing. I'm like, yo, who was that?
Something about this video. I have a feeling it takes place in Atlanta. My Atlanta spidey senses are tingling. I can smell the lemon pepper. Peep the onk symbol earring he has on, by the way. They always tell on themselves. This is an HBCU frat boy final boss. Why you would remind this woman and her family, and your family as well, that the first time that you saw her, all you wanted was her body, is beyond me. Now, unfortunately, there are some relationships that start out with one party basically viewing the other as potentially just a hookup. I don't think that that's a good thing generally. I don't think it's a good foundation for a relationship, period. But even if that was the case, why bring it up in the vows? This is a recurring theme with all of these vows, actually, is that they're not referring to their wives as beautiful. Instead, they'll make crass remarks about their body, especially in the first one where he's not even talking about her body as much as he is referring to situations in which she is gratifying him sensually. They're conflating love and lust. Now, to be fair, with these last set of vows, I can only find a snippet of them, so it is possible that he might have, you know, called her beautiful at one point, and we just didn't catch it, so I don't know.
You know? But you know what? I usually crack a Tracy smile, and they come running. You? It took time.
As it should.
It took real time.
It seems like he saw her as a challenge, a conquest. Like if she had been intimate with him after first meeting him, well, then she would have just been another disposable woman, with no critical examination as to how that reflects on his views of women. Now, I could be wrong, and since, you know, maybe he's done some self-reflection, maybe he looks at his womanizing past, you know, more critically, but judging by how cavalier he sounds when talking about this, it doesn't seem like he's looking back at that mindset with any sense of shame. The gag is that even though he claims to see her as the exception, she made him work for it, right? She's a housewife, she's not a harlot. He said that they met back in 2009. So he's known her since the market crash. This wedding took place in 2024. 15 years! Despite her being the exception, apparently, this got dragged out for 15 years. Now, I don't know if they were dating the entire duration of that time. It seems like they were, right? But something was going on. 15 years. Oh my goodness. What's crazy is that all of these clips were uploaded by the videographers of the wedding, which I don't think you can legally upload this footage without being given consent by parties that are being recorded. So these were vows that were not just obviously made publicly in front of their families, which actually means more than it being broadcasted to strangers. That means that these were vows that these men were presumably comfortable being made available to the public. Now, after all of this, I feel like we need a palate cleanser.
去年，我向你的父母请求处理。
Bethany, I have loved you since the moment I met you. Alright, walk in. As soon as I first saw you, my life no longer belonged to me. You stole my heart and you've had it ever since. Over the past 2 years, you've taught me more about myself than I ever thought possible. You came into my life when God knew I needed you the most. You found me when I was broken, and you helped me become the man I always wanted to be, the man that I once foolishly believed that I already was.
When I was 16, I lost someone very close to me. And with that, I lost every part of me that felt hope, happiness, joy, and being warm. My heart was numb, and the world felt empty. But I had to be strong and show everyone around me that I was okay. But deep down, I was broken, and I was in a dark place. But when I met you, something incredible happened. You brought light back into my life. You taught me how to feel again and how to love again. And you didn't just heal me, you revived me.
What was your favorite part of those vows, or least favorite part? What are the worst wedding vows or weddings just generally that you have personally been to? I would love to know. Thankfully, I've never been to a bad wedding. I hope to not go to one. One day when I eventually get married, honestly, I hope that I get placed in one of these videos because my wedding vows are that disrespectful. That way I'm allowing another content creator to make some coin off of me humiliating my spouse. You know what that's called? Paying it forward. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below if there's anything you would like me to react to, comment on, etc., etc. And as always, thank you for watching. Shout out to my top patrons. If you would like to donate to my Patreon, please click on the link in the description or down below. Thank you to my other lovely patrons. Your names should be scrolling on screen as I speak. Bye.